Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Yes, I am Mel.
Welcome back. It's your boy Nightman.
But before we get started, make sure you like,
Comment.
share, subscribe to the channel. And yes, make sure you got that notification bell. Click so you'll notify when last video has dropped. So we are back with our anime weekly news. We got a couple of topics we would like to discuss this week, and we basically get right into it. First thing on the list for regarding this news week is Deku was voted best boy for the final season. He won multiple awards because of that. So these the top 10 list of all the guys when it comes to male characters, and you possibly can recognize a lot of them, right? Izuku, I'm surprised Izuku is actually number one, because a lot of people in his particular series, they like some characters more than him. For instance, Bakudo and our boy right here, Icy Hot. If you obviously can't see him, but a lot of people in Deku own show, it's kind of, they like him, other characters more than they actually like him, which is, I think, it's pretty funny. But you see Lord Forger, which is from Spy Family. You see a lot of different characters from different series. So what do you think about this top 10? And you see your boy Subaru. Well, Super Mario.
I would agree, but I think one of the reasons that Midoriya had things going in his favor because it was his final season and his final act, and being a hero and everything that was built up, I think kind of boosted him ahead of some of the other characters like Rentaro or Okarun, things like that. So it looked like it was stiff competition.
Yeah, it was only less than a 1% difference, but yeah. Then we got something similar. We see a couple top 10, right? And I actually started the show, but once I saw what like the direction, I really started the show. I saw the direction it was headed. I said, yeah.
I just did the same thing this season, so it is what it is.
I saw the direction it was headed. I said, yep, it's not for me. It's a no for me, dog.
A no for me, dog. The voice is just not.
But the thing about it is it goes to that direction, but since I think the horror aspect of it, people were still into it. You guys are weirdos.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that he like, yeah, you gonna do this, you gonna do that, and I was like, what? Because obviously, if you don't, the show, the Summer Haku Die, I watched some of it, so Netflix exclusive. If you don't know, you know. And so basically, they talking about couples, right? We know Mao Mao and your boy Jinshi was only a matter of time before they got together. He was gonna get what he wanted, and he kept trying. He was gonna get what he wanted. And then you see a couple of other ones. You see Yor and Lloyd. If you Spy Family, Momo and Ken. We know about Momo. And let's go ahead and give your boy some shout out. Izuku and Ochaku. Now,
they ain't really had too many scenes together. That's the problem with that one is I get it, but it was like maybe two. It was like one scene in the middle and then the scene at the
very end. Yeah,
they didn't really have a lot of scenes together. I can see my boy Rentaro and Kuroku. I can see that one. Yor and Lloyd, Momo and Ken. I can see that one. Mao Mao and Jinshi. I definitely, especially in this last season, I understand. And I think that it's just you know what? I'm just gonna keep that comment to myself.
Go ahead and say what you gonna say with your chest.
I'm gonna keep that comment to myself.
Say it with your chest. You gonna say there's some people out there have a distinct taste and they came at number one. That's
so
what.
It's all good.
They came in at number one.
Even Marin and Wakana. I liked it a lot in this past season and my dress up darling.
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
We know who you would have voted for. That's all I would know. Your number one probably would have been Mao Mao and Jin. That's what your probably number one would have been.
Nah, I like the Rentaro a little bit more than I like them. Although the story wise, as far as what happened between Mao Mao and Jinshin, and as far as their story, I think it was great this past season. So.
All right, now this is probably one of my favorite topics that we will be discussing. So I did see the full trailer of this. And first of all, Bandai was making a huge announcement. We working on an RPG. We're not going to tell you what it is. We're going to announce it in the next couple of days. And boom, it's SAO.
Everybody thought it was going to be the Tail series, but it wasn't.
So it kept saying it. I'm like, hold on. Then I will say this. The only thing the game missing, because I seen the full trailer, is online. If it had online capabilities, it would have been a chef's kiss.
He ain't lying.
But based on what it was, I said, it's still pretty dope. Fully customization characters. You get to walk around in the open world. I said, oh, this one look. And also, because if you ever play any SAO game previously released, it's only sub. The game is fully dub as well for all the people who love dub. So I was like, oh, they are definitely trying. I just wish it was online with it. And I saw a particular comment on the video on Twitter, X, formerly known as Twitter, and people like, so it's SA without the online, huh? I said, okay, but you can't win with everybody. But I know
Well,
for
they're also going to be coming out with a dedicated mini series just for the game itself,
yes,
and that's going to be pretty interesting. And I think it's going to be in the deluxe version or some of the higher tier versions of the game. So that's a little incentive for you to get those if you're into that. SAO, it's going to be pretty interesting to see how this game goes. I've never played one myself, but I heard they're pretty fun. Are you going to grab this?
that's something I have to move my own pace and decide. You know, I told you my time is at a premium. Like my entertainment window is super small right now, so that's why I played Persona yesterday. I'm like, I got a little time available. Let me go and hop in a little bit. Um, and it just gradually builds over time. But we'll see. If it was online, I definitely would have grabbed it though. We'll see if I can probably catch on sale or something like that. I probably
Yeah, I heard a rumor that it's a possibility, but we'll have to wait and see.
yeah. If I catch on sale, I'll probably grab it like Black Friday or something like that. Right. But on to other news. If you have seen it, we are obviously talking about some Mao Mao. She's back again, voted again top one for the girls when it comes to the girl favorite character anime corner. She's number one. And then you got a couple other ones. So do you agree with this particular line up?
Oh yeah, Mao Mao it was the year of Mao Mao. Based off the everything that she had to go through, it was definitely her year. ISA, I could see her. Kitagawa, I can see her up there. Wagati, I can definitely see her as well. Amelia, it was definitely her year as well. Like everyone that's on here had a really good series, and I can see from their own perspective why they at least made the list. Mao Mao for sure.
All right, back to some more My Hero Academia news. Now, My Hero basically said they're gonna launch an event for the 10th year anniversary, and I said to them like, man, dude, it has been like 10 years since My Hero came out because I remember when I first got this. My Hero came out. I'm gonna reiterate the story because we talked about the story on a previous episode, and I was working in retail at the time, and I remember buying and seeing it on a Blu-ray, and I decided to watch it. This was before I was when I first started dating my wife. Well, let me rephrase that. When I first started dating and stuff like that, I was like, oh, and then it changed. So that's one thing I would say, right? So My Hero Academia got an event coming up, and me personally, I'm going to check it out. I'm a huge My Hero Academia fan. So we kind of knew something about this. So it's basically the first season that's talking about how I premiered back in 2016, and what's going on now with this particular event and stuff like that. So do you have anything you want to like to add?
Well, yeah, they're going to be having some special episodes, I believe, for it's called My Hero Academia More, and I believe it's probably going to be aftermath, afterlife of some of the different characters, and pretty much after the huge battle that happened. So I'm not sure if it's going to be like a Crunchyroll thing or a movie thing, but I know they're going to be having an event. They're going to be announcing more stuff about it, and there'll probably be a trailer that we'll probably cover on here. So you guys will have to stay tuned and catch us when that comes out.
All right. And then Crunchyroll got some more news they talking about. I know I actually seen this on X as well. They finally got hit with some lawsuits. Basically, saying anime viewing habits to third parties. Oh, I know. They basically doing what a lot of other companies doing. They basically sell your data off to people who want to advertise to you. That's basically what they doing.
Yeah, they're selling off what you're watching.
Yep.
What type of stuff that you're watching, times, address, all type of stuff, and that's not cool, and it's violating your Video Privacy Production Act. So, and it goes a lot more into detail towards the bottom of what that all entails and how it could affect you. So, it's going to be interesting going forward. Hell, make them lower the price because of this.
Or cut me a check, because most times when they have like either a data breach or some type of data leak, mostly companies are held liable in a lawsuit, and they have to pay out to people who actually was affected by this particular breach. But this is more just giving your stuff away freely, though. So we'll keep an eye out for that one because I want my cut. So now we pivot into some more sadder news. Kyoto co-founder NCO Hideki Hata passed away recently, and basically they was talking about how she affected the whole anime landscape and all that good stuff. And also we actually have on another tab is some of the work that she's really famous for, right? And some of the anime, we was basically having this conversation off camera. We was talking about certain anime that she actually worked on that we personally had some type of connection with. right? So me personally, I watched Full Metal Panic. I thought it was really good. I watched Clannad. Clannad is actually one of the first romantic animes I ever watched, and it was a very compelling story in a lot of ways, and it was really good. So that and School Rumble was like the first romantic animes I really got into back in the day, and that's what made me watch other animes besides fighting animes. Another couple you want to go
Well,
into
you
it?
got Violet Evergarden.
I
You
did not know
got
that. We just talked about this too. We talked about this anime recently. Miss Kabayashi's Dragon's Maid.
yeah,
That's a recent
that's
anime.
a relatively new one, and the thing is, I believe her son is going to be taking over as CEO, or it's going to be a family member. But I believe it's her son until further notice. So hopefully that our condolences and it doesn't affect too much of what they have going on, because as you can see, they have great anime. You know, Love, Chibiya, and Other
Oh,
Delusions.
watch
I
that.
know that's another huge one. Free, which I think that's a swimming anime, I believe. So, and Sound, what's that? Emporium or something like that. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. We have to keep our eye on them going forward to see how their works are going to continue and what they come up with. But it's a shame that this had to happen, and our condolences to them.
Yes, one thing I would say, since Japanese is a more older culture, a lot of the people that's in the works, like especially in the corporate roles, like getting older, you do you starting to see a lot of the VAs pass away as well. Like it's a lot of VAs that I see out of nowhere. Like, oh dang, he was super old, and a lot of them been passed away, and they wish, and since they've been in the industry for so long, they have a good, you know, background or work, like so many things, so many projects they was able to affect and work on. And now like, okay, now we gotta find a replacement because certain people who's like very distinguished in that particular realm, and now they gotta find a replacement for that person. But you guys let us know what you think about this weekly news. What's one of the major topics for you? I know, like I said, one my personal topic that dropped was the SAO video game. I think that was a pretty cool trailer actually when I first saw it, and unique spin on it. So I would keep an eye out for that one. What was something that caught your attention?
Well, I would say the Restoria probably, for me, unfortunately, disappointed me. So I think that that was like my biggest takeaway is they gave too much away in the trailer. But y'all let us know down in the comments. What did y'all think about this week's news? Have you watched any of Kyoto Animation's works? If so, let us know down in the comment. Make sure that you like, subscribe to the channel, and as always,
we will slice.
and we are out.
out.